to make sure to create a jobs and so on. And I'm here tonight. Whatever question you want to ask me, I'm ready to give you an answer. Thank you so much.
Okay, so first question we have for you. What do you consider the most important issue facing the Eastern Shore, and how do you plan to address it?
Thank you so much. And the number one thing is to make sure we serve the underdeserved, like I said earlier. We need to improve resource and opportunity for our underdeserved people in Maryland with access to insurance, jobs, or tax and housing. If we look at what is going on in Maryland now, we have a lot of people that doesn't have insurance. We need to know how to get them insurance, and some of them doesn't have a job. That is my number one goal. How can you survive without having a job? How can you take care of your families without having a job? Most of us, we have kids, they are suffering. We have kids, we have family that we have to take care of. But without a job, how can we put a food on the table? That's why people are suffering all around. And as a person, my mission is to try and get a job for all our underdeserved people so that they can take care of their family, so that they can be fine. If you have a job, you'll be able to pay your bills. If you have a job, you'll be able to take care of your family. But without a job, it's like someone is in a hell. So my mission is to create a job, is to make sure that all our underdeserved people in Maryland have a job, have a house. We have a lot of them. They sleep they sleep around inside the cold. They sleep in a bus stop. You know, sometimes when I'm driving and I'm looking at them, I always feel like if they are my family, am I going to leave them with that situation? No. I will still find something to do for them, to take care of them. How can we get them here? How can they live in a better place? That's why I said, as a lady, when I become a congresswoman, my mission is to create a house where they will live and how to get a job for them so that their life can be better. I'm seeing them as part of my family. I'm not seeing them like ordinary person, because if I'm in their shoe, I won't be happy with myself. And I can't be looking at my family to be sleeping all around without having a house or without having a job, and I'll be happy. So in as much I can try that best for my family, why can't I try it for my state? We are one. I see them like me. I see them like my family. I see them like my blood. So that's my number one thing for Maryland, to create a job for our underdeserved people and to get insurance for them, affordable insurance, and to get where they can be sleeping or live, like housing for them. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have a question from the audience. Ryan Poe, are you referring to health insurance? And what are your thoughts on eliminating for-profit insurance in favor of nationalized universal health care?
Thank you. Health insurance is very important. Like our people, most of our people are dying because they don't have insurance. Let me use myself as an example. Some years back, let's say like 9 years ago, I'm very sick. I don't have insurance. I'm very sick, and I'm scared to go to the hospital because I know the bill they will send to me is going to be more than what I can afford. And people were like, "Why can't you go to the hospital?" I was like, "The insurance is too high. I don't have insurance." And people were like, "If you don't go to the hospital, you might die." And people are dying because of this, because when they don't have insurance, they believe that if they go to the hospital, the bill they will send to them, they can't even afford it. I went to the hospital. By the time they took care of me, they sent me a bill that I almost spent 3 years to pay it off. And this is why our people are afraid to go to the hospital, because they don't have insurance. How can we get them insurance? We have to work on how they will get insurance, on how they will get affordable insurance. Like 60% of people doesn't have insurance. When I ask, do you have insurance? No. Why? The insurance is too high. Why? I'm afraid to go to the hospital because they will send a bills to me. And this has to be stopped. Our people are dying because of this. We need to get them insurance so that they can live a better life. If they are sick, they will be able to go to the hospital to take care of themselves. As me, when I become a congresswoman, I will make sure my state, my people, my community have affordable insurance. Thank you.
To clarify, you believe that healthcare is a human right, and you would support eliminating potentially all premiums, copays, and deductibles.
So for that questions, I think for our people, because it's not everybody that have the capacity for deductible insurance. You know, some insurance, deductible insurance is too high. So for me, when I become a congresswoman, even though if we have to deduct, like the deductible, it's going to be minimized that people can afford, not a deductible that you can't afford. That's what I'm trying to say, that affordable health care. So I'm going to work on the insurance that people can afford. No matter who you are, no matter what income you are earning, we need to get affordable healthcare for everybody. Fingers are not equal. So we can't say because this person is rich or this person is okay and this person is not up to that person, they should have the same deductible insurance. No. So we need to seek into our people, even though you have or you don't have, you still need to get affordable health care in case if you and your family are sick, you'll be able to go to the hospital to get well. Not that you'll be afraid to go to the hospital and people are dying because of this. I'm a kind of person that life is most importantly to me, because this life doesn't have a duplicate. If anything happens to your life, it happens to it. And people are dying because no insurance. I work in the healthcare field for 8 years, and I know people are dying because they don't have insurance. And this has to be stopped. Everybody needs to have insurance. Everybody needs entitlement to get affordable insurance. I know some people do want to have it, but they don't have the opportunity to get the insurance. But if you know you are working or you are not working, you still need to get insurance so that our life can be better. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have another question from the audience. Do you support collective bargaining and employees being able to form a union?
Yes, an employee can form a union. It depends on the union. Like where I work, I'm part of the employee union because it helps a lot. Like some unions, they don't help, and some unions, they do help. Like a federal government job, they always advise for you to be part of the union in case if you need help or something, they will be the one to support you. They will be the one, or if you need help in employee or something, you can run to them and they will be the one to cover you up. So being a union in employee, it's not something that is bad. We can have a union, employee can have a union if they are using it reasonable, if they are helping the other employee, if they're helping their staff. Yeah, it's good. I support the employer to have a union.
Okay, so basically you're saying that, yes, sometimes, so I fully agree that unions are helpful to working class people, but sometimes, corporations can kind of mix into the flow and kind of ruin union representation. I mean, is that something you are sort of getting at?
No.
Okay. So I guess my other clarification I'd ask is, are you more in favor of those to form a union, or are you in favor more so of right to work laws?
So that question depends, because the way you said it, is it for working class people or for not working class people? Because it's two different things.
This is for working class people.
Okay, so your question is you not good for working class people? Because I believe union should meant for everyone. Even though if you are working class people or you are not working class people, I think should be meant for everyone so that everyone can get the opportunity of the benefits, not for only working class people.
Okay, we have another question from the audience. This district represents the entire Eastern Shore plus a little more. How well are you familiar with the district and its needs?
Thank you so much. I do my research about the community because I've lived in this community for so long. I did my research and know what the community needs and know what they are facing and know what they need at the right time. And this is the reason why it prompts me to go for this position, because there's no way I can solve this reason or I can help the community without going for anything. Like if I just come out that, okay, I want to do something for my community, people like, who are you? Why do you want to do something for our community? So when I reason that, no, our community is suffering for this and this, why can't I go for this so that I can, through my skills, through my leadership skills, and make sure my community are well-being? So I do my research for my community, and by God's grace, if God give me the opportunity to be in a post, then I will be able to solve everything the community needs. Like I have a skill of problem solving, I have a skill of leadership, and I will put everything together to make sure my community is the best. Thank you.
Okay, our next question. State of Maryland retirees are facing a loss in healthcare coverage at the end of this year. Before retiring, the health insurance was part of the deal. These retirees are older now and really depend on this coverage. How can you help us retain our health insurance? We have been in this fight for a while now.
Yes, I think we have been talking about this health insurance, and what I'm trying to say since Maureen is about affordable health insurance, because one of my major goals is insurance. Like what I said earlier, that people are suffering because of insurance. When I get there, I will make sure all our retirees have the affordable to get the insurance. Nobody should be lack of insurance. Nobody. Even you are retired, you are still working, everybody needs to have the opportunity to have the insurance. So one of my goals is make sure that everybody do have entitlement to insurance. You are retired or you are not retired. You are working or not, you are not working. Insurance is the number one thing. Everybody have the entitlement to have the insurance. When I get there, I will make sure that all our retirees have the opportunity to get the insurance back. And I'm also going to work with them as one. Thank you so much.
Okay, another question. So I believe you are from Harford County. Was it
Yes,
Edgewood?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so this person is asking, outside of like Harford County, for example, what are some of the towns in Maryland 1, and have you visited them?
Though I haven't visited all, like some, but not all. So I'm still trying to be visiting them one by one. So I haven't visited all, but some. And hopefully by end of next month, I will make sure I visited everywhere.
So you said you visited some, correct?
Yes.
Well, can you name some of those?
Yes. So like last month, I visited part of the Baltimore, and I went there to see what is going on and what the community needs. I talked to one or two people, and luckily they tell me more about what they need, which I have to put into consideration. Then I also went to this canteen, what is it called? I'm sorry, I forgot the name. I put it down, but I don't have my book in front of me right now. I went there to talk to them about the problem they are facing, and they gave me 2 points of what they are facing, which I put down, like grow our economy, that they have issue with the economy, which I put down that I'm going to work on that, on how to grow our economy. And some also talk about tax reform, their tax, which I told them that, yeah, that is part of my vision about tax reform, how we're going to work on taxes. So we talked, and I said, my next meeting with them, I'm going to talk to them on how we're going to do our tax reform.
Okay, so next question we have, and this is one of my personal questions. On your Ballotpedia questionnaire, you stated that we need to effectively reduce and eventually stop abortion, especially tax-funded abortion. However, in our questionnaire, you identified as pro-choice and supported Roe v. Wade. Could you clarify your position on this matter?
Thank you so much. So concerning abortion, I would say it's a choice. Like in this country, they believe when you 16 upward or 18 upward, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. Nobody can dictate for you. So it depends on some circumstances. When you get pregnant and you went to the healthcare provider or the hospital, and they let you know this is risky, it can affect your life. The only thing we have to do is to get rid of this pregnancy. Yes, you can go on. Like what I said, a life is very important. If they do the scan and they see that the position you have might cause damage to you, yes, you can go ahead and abort it. But in another situation, when you get pregnant and they did all the medical checkup and there's nothing wrong with you, and you intended to get rid of it, if your partner did not support the pregnancy, that's why I said it depends on your choice. We can't dictate for anybody. You get pregnant, you yourself, you are not happy with it, your partner is not happy with it. If you want to get rid of it, it's your choice. But if you get pregnant, you are happy with it, your partner is happy with it, but it's going to damage you or it's going to affect your health, and the doctor said this pregnancy can affect you, and the only solution is to abort. Yeah, go for it. Abort it. Make sure you protect your life. When you abort it, another baby can still come. Then to leave it and lose your life. So that's why I said abortion, it depends on the cases or circumstances. Thank you.
So do you then believe that we should limit abortion? Is that what you're trying to get at?
So like me, I don't believe in abortion. That's why I say it depends on cases. If this pregnancy can damage my life or can affect my life, and the doctor said this can affect me, then I will definitely go for the abortion just to protect my life. But if nothing wrong with me, I'm physically fit, no medical issue, and why do I have to abort? Because I did it, I want it, and I get it. So I have to leave it. But if something that can affect me, maybe they did a medical something and they said this pregnancy can affect your womb, or because of your issue, you can't keep the pregnancy, the only solution is to abort. Yes, then you can go for it. So it depends on your choice. We can't dictate for people. It depends on what you are passing through. It depends on your medical history. It depends on what you want. But if what you want is to keep the pregnancy, but the healthcare provider said this thing is going to affect you, the only solution is to abort. So why can't you abort it to protect your life?
Okay, our next question. What is your viewpoint on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and which policies do you endorse to achieve peace?
Can you come again?
So, what is your viewpoint on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and which policies do you endorse to achieve peace?
So you said what policy? Because I'm writing the question, I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'll ask it one more time. What is your viewpoint on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and which policies do you endorse to achieve peace?
So a policy in conflict. Is it in the community, or because I'm trying to get what you're trying to ask me, so I will know what to respond to back.
Sydney, since I asked the question, I'll jump in real quick. Yeah, could you just Blessing? Hi, Jared. Do you mind talking a little bit about what your views are on the current Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
So is it policy on a conflict?
Yes, on the conflict itself, and how, if you believe it's possible to achieve peace and end the current conflict.
Or to achieve peace? Thank you. So in that case, number one thing I have to do is decision making. To have peace in a conflict, number one thing is to have the skills of decision making and also problem solving. Like I said earlier, that I have the skills of problem solving, I have the skills of relationship building, and I have a skills of problem solving. When I'm talking about problem solving, as a leadership, you have to know how to find a peace in any conflict can comes up. It might be within the team, it might be within the community, it might be within the state. But as a leader, you have to know how to make sure, have a decision making to have the peace. Because if you don't try to create a peace in that conflict, it might affect so many things. So you, as the effective leaders, we have to make decisions that benefit everybody, the team member, everyone, and the organization. Critical thinking. Number one thing, critical thinking skills in decision makings allow me as a leader to identify problems and also to develop solution to any conflict that is going on. And also, decision making by leaders must always be fair. Don't judge. Don't judge this and tell this person that is right and tell this person that is wrong. As a leadership, during the conflict, your decision making has to be fair. Has to be fair and objective. And also it has to involve the use of appropriate language when communicating. When you are using all these skills, then you can have the ability to create peace in conflict. Thank you.
Our next question. Do you put blame on either side for that war? Religion and terrorism are at issue.
Religion? Nope. So when we are talking about religion, right?
So what the person is asking, within the Middle East conflict, do you put blame on either side for that war? Religion and terrorism are at issue.
No.
Okay, moving on. You initially filed to run for Congress as a Republican before changing your affiliation to Democrat. Could you explain the reason for this change?
Thank you so much. It's not that I changed. It's they made a mistake. I didn't change. And also, it depends on you. I'm a Democrat from the beginning. So when I put in for this, they made a mistake. They put Republican. And I have to make a correction that I'm a Democrat, not a Republican. And they did the correction. And they were like, oh, they pick Republican due to my past election. That's why they pick Republican. And I was like, no, I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. So that's the reason why they changed from Republican to Democrat. So it's not that I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat from the scratch.
Okay, moving on. Next question. You expressed opposition to ending U.S. involvement in the Middle East in our questionnaire. Could you provide more details about your stance?
So more details about what, sir?
So you expressed apparently you expressed opposition to ending any type of U.S. funding towards or you expressed opposition to ending U.S. involvement in the Middle East in the questionnaire. Can you provide more details?
So I want to have more understand on the questionnaire, because the questionnaire is a lot. So I can't remember all the questionnaire. So that's why I'm trying to get the question right, so to know the best answer to give.
Fair enough. We'll
Sydney,
move on then.
Okay. Sorry to jump in. So in our questionnaire, it asked, do you support or oppose ending U.S. involvement in Middle Eastern conflicts? And the answer that we received on your questionnaire was that you oppose ending our involvement in those conflicts. So I guess the question is, do you support the U.S.'s current Middle Eastern policy being involved in various conflicts in the Middle East?
No, so I oppose.
Okay, moving on. Regarding whether you support or oppose providing additional military aid to Ukraine and its conflict with Russia, you answered neither in our questionnaire. What is your perspective on this issue?
So I pick neither, because my question is neither. Like, I'm not sure. I have to have my research on that. So I don't pick maybe this one or that one. So that's the reason why I put neither. Neither means I'm going to do my research on that and to see the best answer to give that. So that's why I put neither.
Okay, next question. Given the environmental challenges facing the Chesapeake Bay and the broader Eastern Shore, what specific policies do you support to protect our natural resources to combat climate change?
Thank you.
And combat climate change, I should say.
Can I comment?
Oh, yes. You answer whenever. Hello?
That, Sydney. Could you repeat the question, Sydney?
Oh, repeat the question. Okay. Given the environmental challenges facing the Chesapeake Bay and the broader Eastern Shore, what specific policies do you support to protect our natural resources and combat climate change? Hello?
He's on mute.
Is there an answer? Hello?
You're muted.
She's on mute.
Hello? Her internet is going. Apparently, your internet's going out. Hello? I guess her internet has went out. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, blessings. You're gonna have to unmute on your computer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she's muted.
Is she still muted?
Yes. Blessing, I just asked on your screen if you could unmute. You should just be able to click the button that says unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
I can.
sorry. I don't know. I don't know what wrong. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I messed up my something. Like I don't know what went wrong. I'm trying to figure it. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's all good. So can you answer the question again? Let's see. Given the environmental challenges facing the Chesapeake Bay and the broader Eastern Shore, what specific policies do you support to protect our natural resources and combat climate change?
Okay, thank you. So on that question, I think I'm going to skip my answer for now.
Okay, we'll move on now.
Yeah.
In your questionnaire, you mentioned opposition to the legalization of cannabis. Could you share your reasons?
Please, can you come again? I'm trying to put something down, please.
Fair enough. You mentioned opposition to the legalization of cannabis. Can you share your reasons?
I can't see you clearly. Okay. Hello?
I am here.
I don't know what's wrong with this. I can't see clearly. Hello?
Yes, I am here. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I can't hear as in I think it's my network. I can't hear very well. I'm trying to catch up with what you're asking me because like it's like the voice is too I can't hear very well. So I'm just using idea to get what you're trying to say.
That's fair enough. So what I asked was, why do you support excuse me, why do you oppose the legalization of cannabis? And can you share your reasons?
So concerning in the climate change, I said I'm going to skip that questions for now.
This is about cannabis. This isn't about climate change.
Oh.
So you said again, you said that you oppose the legalization of cannabis. Can you share your reasons?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah, I think during my research about this, that's why I oppose. I'm trying to get so that's why I oppose the reason why I picked the oppose because I made my research on it. Because every question on that I have to do my research before I can make any decision, either oppose or support. So I did oppose due to my research, and that's it.
So you just oppose it just to oppose it. Like you don't have any reasons.
Like I oppose because I did my research and I see, yeah, I don't have any choice to oppose.
But anyone can say though, hey, I oppose this because of your research. So what are your reasons why you oppose it?
So like I said, when you view something, like me, that's me. When I view something and I see this, I don't have to support it, then I will oppose it. And when I go through my research, I view and I see that this I have to support, definitely I will support. So I go by my views and I go by a mindset, like my mindset of this is to oppose, then I oppose. If my mindset is to support, then I go for it, I support. So I go by my mindset, I go by my views, and I go by my research.
Fair enough. Okay. What are the major issues facing this district?
Thank you so much. We have a lot of issues facing this district. Like I said earlier, number one thing, tax reform. Secondly, grow our economy. Thirdly, healthcare. Fourthly, insurance. Fifth, protect working class people and serve our underdeserved people. So those are the things I'm still working on right now, and I'm still viewing right now that our community, that I have to get done in our community.
Okay. We have time for one more question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay, two more questions.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. How do taxes need to be reformed?
Thank you so much. Our tax can reform. Corporations should be able to tax fairly, and there should be tax relief for small businesses. Small businesses owner, we need to reduce tax for the working class people and allow family to keep more of their hand money. I will give an example. When you work, I'm not saying they should not tax, but too much taxes is affecting our people, which they are not have the opportunity, or let me say affordable, to take care or to pay their bills. When you work and like 60% of it goes into tax, the remaining 40% is not enough for you. And this is how we have to make sure we reduce our taxes, especially for our small businesses owner. They need to know how to tax fairly. Tax fairly, and for our working people, tax fairly, so that everybody will be comfortable. People are not comfortable because of taxes. Too much taxes is affecting our people. Too much taxes is affecting them to move on with their life. Too much taxes is affecting all our small businesses. And we need to look into that. We need to have solution into that. So that's why I said the corporation should be taxed fairly, especially to the small businesses and to all our working class people.
So I absolutely agree that working class people need tax relief, and I think that small businesses are being left behind in America.
Exactly.
Yes, and so, but when you say tax cuts, do you also believe that those in the top 1%, like the rich in America, do you believe that they deserve tax cuts?
Due to that, I can say, because everybody have his or her own responsibility, everybody has his or her own debt. So it depends. They can still start fairly. Those people that are rich, they have their own they have their own things they're doing, like they have their own issue too, that they can't even be saying. So tax fairly should be everyone, even though you are rich or you are not rich. But the main people is the working class people and the small businesses. That are the main people that they're supposed to tax fair. So that's going to bring down their debt. Some people, their debt is high, too high, because of too much tax. And there's no way they can get rid of it. The only way they can get rid of it is to make sure they tax fairly. When they tax fairly, then everything will be normal. Everybody will be comfortable. Like if you have a bill, you'll be comfortable to pay all the bills. You'll be comfortable to, like, I'm just saying, because maybe, I don't know, tax fairly, that's number one key. Let us know how to tax fairly for our working class people and our all small businesses. Tax fairly, tax reform is very important. Yeah, it's very important.
Very good. And so one last question. Why should Maryland voters vote for you during this primary?
Thank you so much. Once again, I will name my name, Blessing Oluwadare. I want all the Maryland to vote for me so that I can use my opportunity, my leadership skills, so that I can apply it to work with the community. I don't think maybe I'm a lady. Let's try a new vision. Let's try a new taste. Let's try a new decision making. Let's see what this person can do. You know, sometimes when you are eating burger all the time, you'll be tired of eating burger and try something else. So let's try something else. Let's see what can this lady, what can she bring to this community? What can she bring to this state? What can she bring to this country? I have the skill of leadership. I have the skill of decision making. I have the skills of negotiating. I have the skills of critical thinking. I have the skills of creativity. I have the skills of strategist approach. I have the skills of reliability and trust. I have the skills of time management. I'm so sorry that my talking is too much. I have the skills that I can make sure this community is great. Let's work together without no discrimination of any races, or any gender. I'm here to support my state. I'm here to support my community. I'm here to support my country. I'm here to put all my energy. I'm not going for this. I'm not running for this position because of me or because of my family. I'm going there because of the people out there. I want everybody to be better. I'm seeing them as part of my family. I'm seeing them that those people that are suffering, if they are my family, am I going to be looking at them to suffer and die? No. No, I have to work with them. And the only way I can work with my state is for the Maryland to vote for me to be in this post so that I can have the opportunity to gather all the skills I have to work with my state, to work with my family, to work with my community. We are one, and let's make our community grow. Let's make it a one nation. Let's work together as one. Let's unite together. Please, Maryland people, support my goals, support my vision, support my mission. Let this state, let this country grow again. Let's make and achieve our aims, achieve our goals in Maryland. Thank you so much.
Okay, and without further ado, I will turn it over to the chair.
Hey, everyone. So I want to start by thanking everyone for coming out to town hall. Thank you, Blessing, for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us and to go over your platform, your vision, and some of the questions that you had.
Thank you, sir.
No, by all means, thank you. So I just wanted to give a few brief updates before we close for tonight. I just want to let folks know that this Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m., we are going to be having a town hall with Angela Alsobrooks. This is going to be a hybrid event, both in person at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, as well as virtual. If you are going to be attending in person, please make sure that you RSVP. We definitely need to get a good head count so we make sure we have enough tables and chairs. The good folks at UMES are actually going to be setting up the venue for us. We want to make sure that we're being courteous with them and letting them know in advance. Also, if you want to join us virtually, as always, we want to reduce the risk of being Zoom bombed. So please make sure that you RSVP in advance to get sent your own personalized link to the Zoom. With that said, there's one other thing that I wanted to mention to everyone. As always, if you're interested in volunteering with the Lower Shore Progressive Caucus, you can find some information right here on our forum. We'll be doing next week is our leadership vote in March. And after that, we'll be knocking doors for our endorsed candidates. We have school board, we have Senate, we have, of course, Congress, as we've heard from one of the candidates this evening. If you are interested in hosting more events like this, like the town hall we have with Angela Alsobrooks, as well as town halls like we have with Blessing tonight, A lot of the events and venues and Zooms do cost financial resources. If you do want to help the LSPC continue to do the work that we do, we always appreciate donors. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat now. But if you are so inclined to make a contribution to the Lower Shore Progressive Caucus, all the money that is raised stays right here on the Eastern Shore. It helps us do these town halls. It helps us get the emails out, the education, the lit pieces, and really helps us not only grow the movement, but elect good quality candidates. And then finally, definitely make sure to check out our new and improved website. Tyler and Michaela have worked very hard on it, and that is at lowershoreprogressives.com. The website's going to be going through a couple more updates here in the near future. We're glad to have Tyler back after his class. So thank you all so much for coming out. Make sure to stay tuned to the text messages and emails and our social media posts about what's going on in the community. And with that, thank you all so much for your time and have a wonderful evening.